the spectrum to all New Zealanders.
Okay, now we're going to have to wind up soon. I think we're running out of time. But just to finish on some of these issues of ethnicity, because I know there's a lot of interest in what you think about issues of ethnicity. And I just remember, for example, you said that John Howard is a racist bastard. And lots of people would agree with you on that, but isn't that kind of stating the obvious? And who else would you say now is, falls into that category? And say New Zealand politics, society?
There was a particular time and a particular issue. He was introducing an act into a part of Australia that was really going to burn the people up, something terrible up there. And I'd noted that Aboriginal people were saying it, including Anthony Mundine, but we're getting no traction.
Okay.
And I knew that I was going to be going on to Native to talk about it, and I knew before I went on exactly what I was going to say. And that was said to achieve maximum impact, and I'm glad I did it. Okay.
How would you describe your ethnicity?
I'm Maori.
Okay. But you have a Pākehā grandfather?
I have Pākehā in me, yeah, sure. But I just consider myself to be Maori.
Okay.
I don't consider myself to be a New Zealander, simply because I don't consider the New Zealand that we have at the moment to be particularly encouraging of people to want to be there, if you know what I mean. Well, certainly not Maori. I'm proud to be from Aotearoa. I'm proud that there are other peoples living in this beautiful land alongside me. And if they're comfortable to be called New Zealanders, that's fine. I just simply like to identify myself as being Maori.
Okay. But I'm wondering if your kind of way that you look at the world has changed in terms of ethnicity in the last few years, because now you're alongside all these sort of class warriors like John Minto and Sue Bradford. Maybe you're starting to think that Pākehā and Maori can work together if they've got a common political or economic interest? Or
I've known John since the 70s, and I've known Sue since the 80s, so it's not like I've just come alongside these class warriors. I've stood alongside them on union pickets, I've stood alongside them on land occupations, I've stood alongside them in the Springbok tour protests, those kinds of activities over the years. So I've always been there. It's just that, again, I go back to what I was saying earlier, my ability to have an impact in our society is because I'm a strong Maori leader, not because I'm just a working class warrior. That's the difference, I guess.
Sure. And finally, can you give us some election predictions for November 26? What's going to happen to the Labour Party? What's going to happen to National? What's going to be the outcome?
I predict, and this is a really tough one here, I predict that National's going to win. I predict that Labour's going to lose. I predict that Phil Goff will get up. Now, I know none of you fellas could predict that any of those things happening. The Greens are doing well. I suspect that the Māori Party is not going to be able to bask in the glow of their relationship with National and get more votes. I think they're going to lose.
How many seats?
1, 2, 3. Of the 5 they've got now, of the 4 they've got now, 2, possibly 3 they're going to lose.
Okay. And so what?
The one that they will hang on to, for sure, will be Tariana Tūris.
Sure. Okay. And
in terms of mana, we will certainly hold mine. We will win Waiariki, and we will get enough party vote to get John Minto in, and I'm not sure where we go to after that. The Greens are doing exceedingly well, and I'm comfortable with that too, because I've always held the view that I'm keen to work with the Greens and I'm available to work with Labour.
Okay, well, I think that's
and just one final comment. Regardless of what political affiliation you have, just one comment I like to always leave with people is one I picked up from a guy I met in jail. I was visiting, he was in jail. But he said this to me because he was such a free spirit and such a positive guy. He said, this was in the Philippines, and he said to me, happy are those who dream dreams and are prepared to pay the price to make those dreams come true. I think that as we go towards this next election, whatever happens, just don't go in there and vote with your fear. I'm afraid of National, or I hope they don't do this. Don't vote that way. Don't vote for the other guy because of that. Look to the party that's going to lift your hopes and your aspirations. There's probably only 2. It's Mana and the Greens. So whatever choice you make, kia kaha koutou, tēnā koutou ki ora tātou.
Okay.